It is Wednesday, it is about 6:30, and it is my first day off in 6 days. So I just finished working 6 nights here at my assignment in Iowa, and I'm on my first day of 8 days off. So I thought I'd just catch you guys up and let you guys know how the hospital is and how the assignment is going so far. If you haven't seen my last vlog, I'll leave a link right here. I took you guys along on my first night here. I am currently on a 13-week assignment in Iowa. It is a small town, a smaller community hospital. It's about 99 beds. Definitely a much slower pace than what I'm used to, but I'll get into that in a bit. So it is a block schedule. I work 6 nights straight and then I have 8 days off. So technically, even though it is a 13-week assignment, in my head I'm thinking of it as like a 6-week assignment because I'm only gonna be here for 6 weeks straight. Does that make sense? Because I knock out 2 weeks every time I'm down here. So yeah, when I put it into perspective like that, it makes the assignment seem like it's gonna go by a lot faster. And you know, to be honest, the first week I've been here, it's been great. I have no complaints whatsoever. So from that last vlog you saw where I took you guys to work on the first night, like I said, it is a much slower pace than what I'm used to. After that first night, it was kind of like the same night every night that I was there. On the weekend, I think it was on Saturday, I had no calls from the ER. I had no scheduled treatments. I like wasn't doing anything for 12 hours. And it was funny because a lot of the staff was like, you're definitely gonna get bored here, you know, compared to what you're used to. And I was like, you're never gonna hear me complain. I welcome the slow pace, the change. It's definitely what I need right now. So it kind of just worked out perfectly for me. But yeah, so the workload itself, any of the critical patients that they do have, they get shipped out. There's no intensivist, there's no pulmonologist. If they do have a critical patient that is on the vent, they communicate with a teledoc that's about like 3 hours away from here, and then that patient would get shipped out to that hospital if they needed to. And as far as COVID went, at this hospital, they were so lucky. Like, they said that they had a whole floor that was full of COVID patients, but no one really got intubated. For the most part, they were able to keep the patients on Airvo, which is a high flow oxygen device, but they didn't really have that bad of COVID cases compared to the other places I've been, which is great. So good for the community. But yeah, so my first 6 nights was just, it was slow, man. And I was like, I don't know, I was so tired after working because I think you're more exhausted when you're doing nothing compared to when you're like running around and doing stuff for 12 hours. I don't know. But then again, watch my next assignment, I'm like busting my butt and I'm like, I'm exhausted. So I don't know. But it was like tiring coming home. I would like come to the hotel and just like knock out. But my nights were pretty much the same thing every night. Just do a couple EKGs in the ER, maybe have 1 to 2. I think the most scheduled treatments I had were 3. And yeah, I mean, because I am the only RT on night shift, that's why I would cover the ER, ICU, and the floors. But then Monday came around and I walked into work and I had an Airvo patient. It was a detox patient, alcoholic, drug addict. They were suspecting a GI bleed, so they had taken him into the OR to see if that was true. It wasn't. When he came back in PACU, his stats just weren't coming up and he was super tachypnic. So they had this patient on an Airvo, a flow of 50, I think like 40%, but breathing like 40 to 50. And apparently the hospitalist was the one that they were consulting and she was the one that wanted him on an Airvo. So what happened with this patient, I was like, this guy doesn't look good. His rate would not go below 40. So for that night, I suggested we do an ABG just to see where he's at, because I don't think they had done an ABG on him since like that morning he left the PACU. And then I found out the nurses do the ABGs, they draw the ABGs, and the lab runs the ABGs. So the RTs don't really have anything to do with that either. But with this particular patient, the next day, they weren't able to stick him, so they called me to see if I could get it, and I got it. So then I would drop it off to lab and they still ran it. So it's different. But as the night progressed, I was like, dude, this guy is just, he's gonna tank on us. Like, I was like, he should probably get intubated, but they did wait, and then they did end up intubating him the next day. So on Tuesday, my last day at work, I finally had a vent. I guess I'm gonna go to work tonight. So right when I walked in, I asked if they could do a gas because they hadn't ran a gas in a couple hours. And I think they had made some vent changes. The patient was alkalotic, so, and it was like, I don't even know how many hours after they did the vent change, but they still hadn't run a gas. So they ran a gas for me. He was still alkalotic, and I had to talk to the nurse and just figure out, like, okay, how do you guys really work with the vent? Like, do we have to call the EDOC to make changes if we get the ABG results? And like, how does this all work? And the nurse was basically like, no, they're pretty good with letting you have free reign on how you want to do the vent changes and stuff. So it's like, okay, cool. So yeah, he definitely needed some vent changes, but definitely needed to be sedated a little bit more. And it was fun just playing with the vent again. It was a Draeger, which was the vent I had used at my old hospital in Dallas, but I think it was like an older Draeger. Like, it wasn't as new as the one that I had in Dallas, but I mean, they all do the same thing. So it was pretty easy to like work things out. It was just an interesting night, a lot more interesting than the nights that I had before. But even with that one vent, and the ER was calling for a couple EKGs here and there, it really wasn't that bad. I think I had 2 scheduled treatments, the vent and then the ER, and yeah, it was fine. All in all, it was just such a good first week, but I am definitely 100% ready to get out of here. Obviously, my channel is all about RT travel life and, you know, creating a platform for respiratory therapists, but also I feel like it's my little diary too, because it's just so much of my life that I've recorded in these videos, and it's so fun to like look back on and see everything I've gone through this past year. And with that being said, I feel like I do want to be honest and transparent and say this is a new travel assignment for me, but it's also a new chapter in my life for me. It's been a brand new start for me, and these last 2 weeks that I've been traveling have not been easy. I've been going through a lot of stuff in my personal life, and man, it's been hard. It's been a process. You have your good days and you have your bad days. And on top of that, I was like, I'm going to Iowa. You know, like, it's not the most glamorous assignment. I'll tell you, like, the past 6 days have been very isolating and very monotonous, because it's basically me just waking up, going to work, coming back to the hotel, sleeping, working out. Like, it was just the same thing every day. And you know, you have people you talk to at the hospital, and then of course I'm keeping in touch with people at home, but for the most part you're pretty isolated, you're by yourself. And not all travel assignments are like that. It just ended up, this was the kind of assignment I had. To be honest, I literally took the first assignment that was offered to me. But I was very nervous about taking this assignment because there's just not much to do out here. It's a small town. But I can 100% say after this first week, I feel like this is exactly where I need to be. This is exactly what I need at this point in my life. And I think this applies not only to travel life, I mean, just life in general. I mean, a lot of what you experience out of life is just what you make of it. And I am definitely making the most of being here in Iowa and this assignment. I'm taking this time to definitely self-reflect on everything going on in my life. And, you know, you just never know where you're gonna find healing. And if you told me that I would be in a small town in Iowa and just feeling like myself more than I have in a couple years, I probably wouldn't believe you. So yeah, that's just a little bit about what I wanted to say. So anyway, so today is my first day off. I woke up around 2. I went to Walmart to grab some Tide Pods so I can do some laundry. So the plan for the week, the plan for my days off are tomorrow morning I'm heading to Des Moines, where the international airport is, because the city where I'm at is like about 3 hours away from an airport. I am flying back to Dallas for the week. It's my nephew's birthday. There's some birthdays going on, and it's Memorial Weekend. I totally forgot it was. And then I will fly back to Iowa on Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, and then I work Thursday night, and we do the whole thing over again. That is the plan for the next 8 days. Well, let's get out of here. It feels really good outside. I had to even put a jacket on. I don't even know how. Just a nice cool weather. It's not humid. They say it gets humid here because when the corn crops grow, it takes all of the moisture. Something like that. That's what they say. But the last couple days it's actually been pretty hot and humid. So I was so happy when it was like nice outside to like go for a walk. But there's like a little river on this side. I just don't know how to get, there's like a walkway or anything over there. So I'm kind of just following this trail through the park. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it, but I've heard a crap ton of ambulances and police cars driving towards the hospital. Very happy I'm not working tonight. Okay. So back in my car, there really wasn't much of like a trail to go near the water, and the trail that it did have kind of went in these like sketch areas where there's like over, you know, bridges and dark, I don't know, I just didn't feel safe going by myself like towards that area, so I went back. But yeah, it was just nice to see what I've always been driving by. So I'm gonna go get gas so I can fill up my tank before I leave for Des Moines tomorrow, and then probably grab some food and then head back to the hotel. And it's almost 8 o'clock. So I just got back to the hotel. Kind of bummed because after I got gas, I went and ordered food online at this sports bar that's right next to the hotel. And I pull up to the restaurant because it's a curbside dining, curbside pickup, and no one was coming out, and it said someone was coming, and I was like, and I saw like a little sign at the door, so I like walked in, and they're like, oh no, we had to cancel all orders because our system is down. And I'm like, what? And I ordered like steak and some veggies, and I know the steak's not gonna be great, but I just kind of wanted something different from what I've been eating. So this whole time that I've been here, I haven't eaten out once. I've had pretty much just my shakes and like the groceries that I bought, which were like salads and sandwiches. So I was like, I'm gonna treat myself tonight. And I guess I'm not. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. And I don't really want fast food. I might just have to go with good old Pizza Hut. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do because it's already 8:30 and there's really only 4 or 5 restaurants in the area. So yeah, looks like Pizza Hut will come to the rescue. Making the most of a weird situation. Got my wine and a plastic cube. Cheers. And my favorite shows on TV. A little pizza, a little wine, and a little packing. Good morning. It is 10 o'clock. I had this whole plan to leave early today and grab breakfast in Des Moines, where that's where the airport is, for me to fly back to Dallas. But I forgot I worked night shift and I didn't sleep at all last night. I finally fell asleep around 6 this morning, so scratch that. And it's super gloomy outside, so we are going to drive straight to the airport. It's a 3-hour drive, and I'll pretty much be flying all day today, so, but I'm so excited to get out of here, so let's go. Goodbye room. I will see you next week. Okay, saying I should get there by 1:18, which is perfect because my flight doesn't board till 3:20, but I'm parking my car at like a extended stay lot near the airport, so it'll give me time to park and probably get some food or something. And then right before I left, I went ahead and booked my hotel for next week. Let's start driving.
Oh, we're living in the present, but our mind is in the past. Not knowing what we'll lose. Don't know what.
Hello. And so I made it to Dallas. It's now Friday. And I got back late Thursday night and I just hung out with my parents, caught up with them, and all day today I've just been running errands, but it's been so nice to be back home. I haven't been this happy to be back home in such a long time. I think I just missed being like in the city, I guess. It's just nice to be like near a highway and a Target, and it's been a good day. So it is about 5:30 and I'm about to meet my girlfriends for dinner. We're heading to this restaurant in Dallas and I thought I would take you guys along.
Close to total peace as the pain begins to ease. Not often we can see the beauty in the pain. Not often we can see the value that we gain. Now listen, little one, the wounds will heal in time. I know it weighs a ton, but baby, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, 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 fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, 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 fine. You'll be fine.
Hola, hola. I feel like my time here is flying by. Not gonna lie, kind of not looking forward to go back to Iowa, but just enjoying the time I'm having here at home. Last night was so much fun catching up with my girlfriends. We just went to dinner and then grabbed drinks at Nobu. It is now Saturday and it's my nephew's birthday, so we are heading to my cousin's house for to celebrate his birthday, and yeah, just super excited to see the kids. You know, I do post a lot of vlogs where my nieces and nephews are in it and my family. We just really enjoy having those vlogs because it's kind of like a home movie for us, and to be able to see the kids like that, it's just something. Those are usually my favorite vlogs, are the ones with the babies, so very excited to see them today.
Start living for the moment, letting go of the past, yeah. Start cherishing what you hold dear, and we will make it last. Not often we can see the beauty in the pain. Not often we can see the value that we gain. Now listen, little one, the wounds will heal in time. I know it weighs a ton, but baby, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, 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 fine.
It is hot, Texas. Hola, hola. It is now Sunday. Yesterday was so much fun to spend time with my family and see my nieces and nephews. And today we're gonna do a little Sunday fun day. It's one of my girlfriend's husband's birthdays. We'll be heading down to like downtown Dallas for brunch, and I think we're gonna pretty much spend most of the day down there. And it is actually right next to the American Airlines Center, where the Dallas Mavericks play. And I've actually been to this restaurant before. I went there before the Mavericks game a couple months ago, I think. It was that long ago. But yeah, I will take you guys along.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine, 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 fine. You'll be fine, fine.
Hello. It is now Wednesday. It's about 8:30 and I am back in Iowa. I'm at the same hotel, different room, same hotel. They actually upgraded my room to a two queen suite, because now I have a little living area right here, which is great. I look really tired because I am. I really don't know if flying is any better than driving. It essentially still added up to 12 hours of traveling, and I don't know, I feel like I'm more tired from flying than driving. I don't know what it is. But then also I did have a pretty busy weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of just wanted to show how different an assignment like this could be when you do have a block schedule. Because I have 8 days off, I have a lot of freedom to go do whatever I want. So it was nice to be able to go home and spend time with my family and friends. It was a great weekend to go home because there was just so much going on, but yet I still had time to rest and just take it easy for like 2 days that I was home. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.